You are here because you don't know how to play Reksai, or you're one of the guys who's been spamming me to play this character on every single video. I am a challenger jungler. We are a perfect match. Let me show you how to play this character, what are you looking to build, what are you looking to max, what is the power, are you gonna play for mid lane, late game, early game, what is the purpose of Reksai, do we just spam gank, it's season 15, what is the plan, let's fucking see. Let's fix all of your problems. Let me show you the runes. First of all, Cosmic Insight is completely fine, but I switch it up with a triple tonic, which is gonna get buffed pretty nicely next patch. So I'll look to pick this up because skill points on Reksai are somewhat valuable, and also the power of all-in with the AD potion at level 6. Clear is gonna be pretty simple. I don't want to pet bot lane because my Rakan lost flesh level 1. Kiana, pretty good gank setup with the freeze. There's a Karma, range top laner, maybe looking to play aggressive. And easy to gank. Clear on Reksai is pretty simple. We're just gonna go over some basics here. I don't know the maximum clear potential with tunnels and with pulling camps with the Prey Seeker, but I can show you for sure that you can clear at a reasonable time with full HP, with smite up. So that's all that matters. Clear is very reasonable as a Reksai. We go for Skull Crab, it's not matched by Viego, he patted the other way. And we set up this lovely gank. And I know it's not worth it because the wave has been pushing in into Karma. Always pay attention to laners, guys. If Karma was constantly on this side of the map, never got close to this brush to ward it, then how can it possibly be warded? This is when the wave just bounced back and Karma is trying to crash it. Okay? Always pay attention to that. Well, this gank is gonna be mostly free. Iana didn't use the ice to snare her, which was a really big mistake. And then she backs off because she's not thinking that I can flash, and then she has to flash in, but at the very least, we pick up the kill. I have coup de grace, which actually I think made a difference, otherwise she could be able to get the second part of mantra heal for the heal and leave. I go pickaxe and longsword, and what am I going to build? Titanic, Schreibecker, no. Those items are pretty bad on Reksai because you don't need a wave clear in early game or at any stage for the most part, because you already kinda have a Tiamat on Q, you have multiple AoE abilities. Clear in that regard is completely fine. I'm going to buy Spear of Shojin because I'll max E, so the DPS with Shojin and E is going to be high. Shojin also amplifies through damage. The Q not only benefits from Shojin, but each individual auto attack stacks it. So imagine you have Q, the projectile unborrowed, then each hit of Q, when you E, Shojin is already going to be stacked. When you R, Shojin is already going to be stacked. When you use your second E, because it's gonna be on a low cooldown, since you're playing 25 haste, and they made this 6 seconds cooldown base with the changes to Reksai, well, you can use 2 per fight easily, especially if it's a more tankier opponent, and the clear is gonna be great, and then the tunnels are going to be powerful. Go for another gank here, since Karma didn't end up placing vision, and very importantly, when I reset here, I make sure to ward the brush. I'll swap to Sweeper here for a stronger gank potential, although it's not super needed, it's fine to play Yellow Trinket on Reksai for a while. Now, if Karma goes for a ward here, I can spot the ward, I can ping it, I just need to pay some attention. Maybe the Kiana could also ping it, not a big deal. And then we can look to avoid this ward, or if it's not warded, then we can just blindly gank top lane. Follow the minimap bug. Games, please fix this. So let's see how we play here. There's this little Nautilus recalling here. I try to ride this brush to create as much distance as possible in fog. E through the alcove, catch the little Nautilus in the shop, and eat his ass. Not a big deal. I was also close to level 6, so maybe if I kill the minions I can snipe him off. If he tries to, you know, snare me, E, Q away on a wall, it's possible to still get a kill there, and we get a lot of experience. Then I go on my jungle, and let's continue to talk about some more itemization related stuff. Yeah, well, Actually, the skill order. Why is Q-Max not that great? You get 30 damage on a skill shot, you're not using that Prey Seeker super well in fights anyway, it might miss, you might get like 1 per fight, whatever. And then you get 5 AD ratio on Q with some cooldown on Q. Now the cooldown of Q is already really low, so it going down from 4 to 2 seconds doesn't really matter that much, especially since you have a lot of CDR with Shojin. And of course the AD ratio doesn't mean much. What does 15 AD ratio mean per rank on across all 3 Qs? Well, right now I have 77 bonus AD, so it's gonna give me like 10 damage. You could imagine that it's pretty low, while if I max my E, I get 35 true damage. Okay, it's true damage. So it can out damage easily both parts of the Q. Also camps have armor and magic resistance. And this is also low cooldown ability, so you can cast it twice on the same target even against champions. But then you also get the tunnel cast cooldown, which makes it a lot more flexible because the way you clear camps, if it goes from 18 to 14, now it means that with a lower cooldown, it comes up fast enough to E to the next camp instead of waiting a few seconds. And then you also become super slippery in a disgusting way because the tunnel use cooldown goes from 6 seconds to 2 seconds. You can just cast a tunnel and then use it again to get the fuck out of the fight, bait cooldowns, regenerate with your passive, etc. There are just so many benefits to maxing your E. Let's try to play the game. So what happened here? Let's do our best to track the junglers. Let's not miss any details. So we know what happened with Viego. He went for that bot gank and then he showed mid lane. And also recall for Shojin, because I want to invade. This is why I recall, because I want to invade these camps. I have flash coming up soon. I have my ultimate. I know I have a level advantage because I have more camps, more kills than this guy. So I'm invading his jungle with Shojin. I can invade without Shojin as well. But the very important thing is that I make this so much easier for me to kill him through his ult, through his flash, which I know they are up. And also make it a lot easier to potentially 1v2 or even 1v3. Sometimes you can 1v3 as a jungler in this type of situations. Look at these guys, they don't have many items. They are 1v3able depending on how we actually end up playing the fight. We don't go all 3 at the same time. Whatever. I end up missing my Prey Seeker here, I think. So, look what we end up doing. Auto attack, 2 autos, E, R, boom. The guy is already dead. Shojin power, and it's very easy to stack this as well. We sniped that, Aurora almost took it I think, but it's okay, the pet got it. We steal his strikes as well, we get level 8, and that's how we created a 2-level lead. End up clearing this ward, but realistically I should have instantly recalled after taking ranks. We shouldn't look for anything in my opinion, because we have to protect our bot side camps. Always think about this. You might be wondering, hey man, why not just do grabs? You always have to think about this, guys. It's very important if you want to get better as a jungler. Why not just do grabs? Grabs are free, grabs are next to me. It's because the enemy jungler will not go fucking grabs. He's weak, he's scared, he wants to take a bot gank, bot crab, your bot side camps. You have to stop the enemy jungler from doing that, and the grabs are still going to be up until like 15 minutes for you to take the grabs. It's not the end of the world. What I end up doing is contesting this scuttle crab, which is what Diego wants to get. He wants to get this crab. Repeating myself, bot gank, mid gank, or my jungle camp. So we are stopping everything by not doing the grabs, and then we get some kind of gank angle, whatever. My character Schizo's there, I cannot auto-attack, so we can't really commit for the Aurora. I know she has no ultimate, and the guy is pretty weak. I get my Shojin, I'm going for Black Cleaver next item, because they might buy some armor. My team is kind of full AD. The movement speed Phage is amazing on reksai, because champion is pretty kiteable. You don't have good ways to stick to the target except just right-clicking them, and then hoping you can press R. And yeah, this guy ends up picking some grabs here because I wanted to clear some camps and get him late, because realistically I don't care about this objective. We already got feats of warfare, so I don't care about winning the feats with objectives. I get one grab to get my experience, and then we go for this fight. I could have ulted him to set up for a knock-up later if I hit my Prey Seeker, but I don't, and that's fine. I know Viego has his camps up, I know I can invade him, and I tunnel in. What does happen if we go for this tunnel? Even if the entire enemy team collapses on me, I can E out, and then another E is gonna come up because it's low cooldown with Shojin and Emax, and then I can use 2 E's out, and it's impossible to die, and my HP bar is too fat, my cock is too fat, I'm too sexy, so we can always go for this invade, power of Reksai. Boom, boom. I know this guy has smite, because I smited the grab to join the fight with Kiana earlier, but then it doesn't matter. Okay, he smites, then what? Most of the golden XP is in the Spell Crags, I get all of them. I get level 9, 2 levels on the Viego, Karma is Pepega, tries to help him, dies as well. Don't even need to ult him. Then Viego is really scared. I'm scared, and he gives me the Raptors as well. Then we can look for an Aurora gank, because we get an angle from behind. Now, unfortunately, I cannot get my ER combo off, otherwise we can probably even go for this dive. Maybe Jax took some aggro for me a little bit, but it's okay, not a big deal. I know Vega is probably gonna be hovering, so no reason to commit too hard. It's actually, in the end, a kind of bad play, because we could have probably contested the Crab and Dragon, so something to take from this game. We'll be careful of doing such decisions, because even if we kill Aurora, respawn times are pretty low. If the fight with Dragon is extended, she TPs, she joins, can get ugly. But yeah, people are very disrespectful of this Reksai power. The decision of game with some of the biggest spikes. I think Reksai nowadays is more of a mid-game champion. Even in competitive, you see Reksai being played top lane. It's pretty much for her. Yes, she has a solid laning phase, but she is oppressive in mid-game with her tankiness and mobility and engage potential. You can just go on that guy, and if he ever wants to flash out or something, just press R, bro. It's a really brained ability. It follows from fucking 5k range away. And then Vega wants to do this dragon, no problem. We take his jungle camps again, level 11 Reksai. I could have also went for Thunder Sky here, but I think the Black Cleaver just has a lot of value and scales a bit better as well. So we go another dive. If the enemy jungler is weak, if you constantly are on the advantage, it's so easy to just find tower dives in the late early game / mid game as Reksai, because the tower dive is just too overpowered. You knock somebody up, you can tank 10 tower shots with the healing and HP items, and then you can reset it with a targeted. It used to be execute, now it's just still kind of using it as an execute. Does a lot of damage. 360 right now, plus 28% max health, plus amplified by Shojin and Black Cleaver, can kind of half HP people. So now we return on the side with the objective, and what is the other objective? Right now I have bits of warfare, enemy team has the feats for objectives, so whoever gets first tower is going to win feats of strength. This is my next objective. If I take this tower on the easiest lane to take it for me, then it's a big W speed. So I go ahead and try to dive this Karma. Gonna misplace a bit with the fob and that, and then I just go for another full clear. And why do we not do Herald? Why do we not do Herald here, guys? Herald is free. Chungi, Kluji, Herald is free, bro. Just do Herald. Well, it just spawned. It's gonna be here for 10 years. I can quickly clear every camp. Do a fat full clear. Make sure Viego has nothing to steal. Make sure I'm even close to mid lane for a potential fight. Instead of being on the Herald and handcuffing myself for like 30 seconds. Instead I can kill this guy. Could have played this a bit better with my ultimate, I gotta say, but then we heal for 420 HP, blaze it, and then Aurora cannot kill me. And I go back to half HP, and then I do another jungle camp, and I go back to full HP. Love Reksai healing, bro. And then, open your eyes. What is the next thing we could possibly achieve in this game? Scuttle Crab. It's a mini objective. You can deny it from the enemy team. No reason to give them Scuttle Crab. We can also clear some vision to help our teammates. This is a jungler's job. Clear some vision. Make it harder for enemy team to play. I'm going for the Skull Grab, and now I was looking at bot fight, so this little rascal smites it. That's fine, it's my bad, you should pay attention. Fucking Viego, he can easily go in and out with E. Walk up, I Q him, and then Nautilus comes in. No problem. Now keep up. Fight his ass, big true damage. Keep hitting the Nautilus, because you just want to remove him from the fight. But then my team misplays, so I have to kill Leonara myself. I ult her just to be sure she doesn't like flash or barrier or whatever. Stack my passive once again, I healed quite a bit. True damage bite his ass is for like 400 damage bite. And then skirmish a bit with the Viego. It's possible to beat him 1v1 here, but it's not needed, because Aurora is coming. Alright. Aurora has candy aids, flashes on me, doesn't make sense. I tunnel up, I didn't even see that she flashed because I was burrowed. Then we end up doing a drake because Viego is too low HP and their bot lane is in base. It's possible for them to contest this Loki, but very scuffed. There's a Jax there with all cooldowns up, full HP. It's playing AP Jax, our team is kind of full AP. And end up doing some weird lane swap, it doesn't matter. The full clear commences. And why do we full clear after such a sequence? Why not buy an item? Well, I could only buy Tunneler. And by the way, I'm building Overall's Bloodmail, which I think should be a part of most Reksai builds. I think most Reksai builds should be HP items, like every item probably HP, because this HP ratio is quite fat, it gets up to like 20%. So, you basically make every HP source 20% stronger. And it really adds up over sustained fights, and not only that, HP builds are pretty strong, because you can get items like Overall, Sterax, even Hullbreaker, which scale with HP, Unending Despair, right? Not only, like I said, the character scales well with HP, but you're gonna end up getting a lot of AD from Overall's Bloodmail, for example. And since Reksai's base AD is very low, only 98 at level 14, so I'm gonna get like 110, 114 base AD or something like that, level 18, which is pretty fucking low, and that's why I don't like Sterax on this character. And how am I gonna get bursted when I already have like 3k, 3.5k HP by the time I would buy the item? I don't need a Sterax shield unless they have like a really bursty team. We can get Sterax Gauge 4th, for example, though. But Overall's Bloodmail, pretty fucking sugar Reksai. You're definitely gonna fight at low HP quite a bit, going in and out of fights, healing. And that's what I like about the Reksai character. It has this unique pattern where you can go in a bit, deal some damage, bite some ass, go out with the tunnel, regenerate some HP. It's a nice gameplay loop. That reminds me of Old Udyr in a way. There's nothing I dislike super much about Reksai except that she doesn't have the most reliable 1v9 teamfight potential. But you can find a lot of value from this pick. And here, pay attention to what's happening. I am paying attention to my tremor senses. I didn't want to fish check 1v3 and die, right? So I took the tunnel out. Then we wait. We're hunting for prey. You can see the animation and sound effects when somebody steps on your tunnel to try to break it. So when I see the animation, I instantly react and I try to pick up my tunnel. As the tunnel breaks, you can still take it. And because I'm assuming that these guys know I left, there's a very high chance that it's maybe Nautilus, and then Yunara is gonna be far away. Looks like Aurora is in base, and they're not gonna be able to follow up on this, so yeah. Chunk the Nautilus, go back in, heal like 500 HP, 632 right now, holy. Actually skilled pretty high. 632 healing. Okay, then back in with another tunnel. But we don't go in, because Nautilus is gonna die anyway. We wait for Yunara to step up. And that's it. We flash on her, and if Kai'Sa had some balls, she would flash and pick up another kill. Because I also gave Kai'Sa R with a stack from my W knockup. That was just exquisitely played. If you guys enjoyed this game and you like my content, don't forget to drop a like, drop a sub, and write something funny below. Especially the writing something funny below. Because I love your comments. You guys, I love my community. You guys are pretty funny. And who knows, maybe I should look to add Reksai to my champion pool for real. As I probably mentioned before, I have quite a lot of games of this character in older seasons. And right, pushed this champion more and more with mini reworks towards the idea of reksai that I always wanted to play, some kind of like in and out healing with passive bruiser that is really annoying in fights. Also scales a bit better these days, it's not like super early game oriented, and it's season 15. Ganking is really nerfed anyway because of the mechanics. They changed the terrain, which made ganking worse. They made minion XP really low early game. A lot of this stuff really contributed to reksai having to be pushed a bit more towards mid lane, which, to be fair, personally I like it, even though there should be some early game champions, some late game champions. I like the state that reksai is in right now, probably the best stage she's ever been in, and I'm gonna look forward to make some more videos on reksai. It's a nice AD character pocket pick. I just have to be more aware of the matchups, of the strengths and weaknesses. It's probably not a good idea to pick Reksai when enemy team is ungankable. You still need to get some ganks in for this champion to be oppressive, to be strong, to be able to snowball this lead that I was able to snowball this game. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. G motherfucking G.